Alright, time to see what mission is next. Done, done, and done. Alright, the Robot Mechanic Simulator. This is going to be like the game Operation, except for we're going to be operating on Rumble, and you're going to make it yourself. The first step is going to be to look over the safety section. Then we're going to complete our parallel and series circuits. Once you get everything hooked up, play around with it. We want to see if you can figure out the difference in how these two circuits operate. Maybe try out some different components like the buzzer and see if that does anything. Write your findings in your research log. Now we're ready to make our Robot Mechanic Simulator. Go ahead and dig these parts out of your crate. Alright, first we're going to grab the bottom plate of our simulator and flip it to the side that just has the M's and B's on it. Stick sticky foam over all the M's and the B, and remember which one the B is. Then we're going to stick the buzzer over the B. The B was the one that had the two holes next to it and a magnet on each of the other pieces of sticky foam. Next, we're going to set up the tripwire. Be careful unwinding your copper coil of wire. You don't want to get any kinks in it because then we're not going to be able to install it properly. Once you get it unwound, try and straighten it out. Then, pay close attention. For this part, we're going to feed the wire through the back side of the plate, through one of the small holes next to one of the large holes. We want to make a loop that's slightly larger than the hole, just like this. Then twist that loop and fold it back down. The end result should look like this. For this first loop, go ahead and twist the wires on the back side. Then we're going to move up and do the same thing on the hole in the head, followed by the hole in the shoulder and then the hole in the stomach. If you make one of the loops too big, you can bend it like this. It'll make the game a little more challenging. Now fasten the battery pack on the back piece with a couple of rubber bands. You want to make sure the wires of the battery pack are on this side so that they can feed through the holes on the back piece. Then to put everything together, we're going to need to dig these parts out of our miscellaneous laser cut parts bag. Gently install the back onto the bottom. Insert these pieces into the bottom plate. Make sure that they stick through the bottom plate because they're going to act as legs. Feed the red wire of the buzzer through the hole with the plus next to it and the black wire through the hole with the minus. Then feed the wire next to the stomach through the very small hole in the bottom piece. Line everything up, then push these pieces together. Now we can flip everything over and start hooking up our circuit. For starters, you can trim the tripwire if it's extra long. For the circuit to work, power has to flow out of the battery, into the red wire of the buzzer, out of the black wire of the buzzer, into the tripwire, and then back into the black wire of the battery pack. Hey, this would be a great place for you to pause the video and try and figure out the rest on your own. I think you have what it takes. Okay, if you're still watching, I'm guessing you didn't pause it. We'll show you how to do it. Twist these two wires together, then hook an alligator clip on these two wires to secure them in place. Then hook the black wire of the buzzer to the trip wire using another small alligator clip. So now power will come out of the battery pack, into the buzzer, into the trip wire, and then to complete the circuit we're going to attach a long alligator clip to the black wire of our battery pack. And also clip a pair of tweezers onto the end of these alligator clips. So if we turn the battery pack on, anytime we come in contact with the tripwire, it's going to set off the buzzer. Then to play the game, drop some nuts and bolts on each of the magnets and try and swap them without setting off the buzzer. See which one of your friends has the steadiest hand. Try larger objects, maybe try some objects that you have lying around the house. Oh, and to make things a little more permanent, hook up your tweezers like this. To really shake things up, attach a motor to the top plate, and using a parallel circuit, hook the motor up to the battery pack. Hey, just in case you were wondering, now's another great time for you to hit the pause button on this video and try and figure out how to hook up the parallel circuit on your own. Now when we hit the tripwire, the motor spins and the buzzer goes off. Like we did with our wiggle car, attach a small black block to the motor shaft. This will make the motor imbalanced and vibrate whenever we set off the tripwire. To make things more interesting, you can experiment with different weights on your motor shaft. And then when you're finished playing, turn your battery pack off. Hey, awesome job. You really rocked that mission. And you also seem to be getting the hang of things. When you're finished, have your parents post a picture of you with your finished project on our social media page and we'll send you your next badge. In the meantime, play around with some of the activities in your survival guide and maybe challenge a friend to a duel in operation. Anyway, happy inventing. Over and out.